Hello, hi Paul, and everyone who's watching this tutorial. I just gonna present a small tutorial how to set up your controls in ATS or ETS2, which most of the game have the similar settings. So when you open the game, of course, you go to the process of choosing your profile, and you have the menu where you can choose your cargo with the job, external contracts, internal market. It's only for tracker for World of Trucks jobs, and cargo market. If you have a standalone trailer, freight market, just a regular truck, and quick jobs with the job stubs is being provided by the game. So with these ones, for now, let's go with controls. As I said, it's you like any other games. You got the option, you got the menu of options, and you got a few settings here. So because we set up the controls right now, we can go to key and buttons. Now we have a few key and buttons is related with the keyboard. All the settings are in default, sort of in default, adjusted for my preferences. So it's not too high complex done it. So as you see, throttle, the speed up, brake down, steering left, which is meant to turn left, steering right, turn right. Then if you like to use manual, you got shift up, shift down, then shift to neutral, shift up hint, shift down hint, then gearbox switches to automatic or sequential, and this applies. Then stop engine, stop engine, electricity, parking brake, which is the normal brake, engine brake, and all other settings. Now, a lot of you guys, you have issues where you're using keyboard together with the game controllers from Xbox or game controllers from PlayStations, the way I'm using. So in the primary controls are the keyboard one. So all of them you set up the way you want it, attach it to bind the keyboard functions to what exactly the truck you want to do for you in game. So you can see here, you got a lot of them that are in default. Now, what is on the secondary? The most important things are here, where it works with the gamepad, if you have a kick or wireless controllers, or steering wheel. To set up the secondary part, this is not the section where you have to go. You have to go where it says controls. On the controls, you got a few options here. So on myself, I got keyboard plus wireless controllers. So in this case, the primary functions buttons together with the secondary work together as long you don't mix them up. So you got here turn indicator left. In my case, it's a square bracket, but on the on the game controller, I got the left button, which shows like everyone knows, the controller for PlayStation is the left arrow on the controller itself, next to the joystick, on the left joystick. Same thing with the right controller, and then with the hazard lights, which is the up arrow. Also, I got set up the cruise control, which in my case is the square button. I got the increase button, which is R1, and then decrease is L2, and then to resume the cruise control, I got the down arrow on the left of the of the joystick. So that's the main one. I have it as a setup as a secondary. The rest of the buttons remains and it works perfectly fine if you don't assign them to your controller, which you are limited because they don't have so many buttons. Now, to assign or unassign a button, just press the unassign key and select which section you want it. So in this case, let's say top-down camera, and you press once, and you got, there you go, not applicable. If you want to put it back again, just click once, and then press the number you wanted on the keyboard. In this case, it's number 3. On my joystick, on my game controller, I got the interior camera to reset the view from the truck. This is number 1, which is on the joystick is the button with the up arrow, with the up triangle, and the chasing camera, which is on the keyboard 2, on my game controller is the round circle. And also the X button, I don't know where, if you set it up, should be, I don't know, I don't remember exactly, only if in game, if I test it, will show, but at the moment it looks like it's not set up. Now, for the one, this is the case of game controller. So here on the game controller, you got controller subtype, you got gamepad joystick, and then the transmission the way you want it, sequential, real automatic, simple automatic, or H shifter in case you have a shifter, and adaptive automatic transmission disable if you want to prefer, you can prefer high power mode, normal, or economy mode. For this one, they want to drive more realistically. Now, the controller itself, it comes with a few settings where is the steering sensitivity, which, like you can see it right now, is controlled by my left joystick, and then up and down is with my right joystick. So left and right on the right joystick is not working because it's not set up. Now, if we go scroll down, steering axis, which is, you see, left, right, is to make turning left and right in game. Then acceleration, this is the reversing. So it's my L2 button on the gamepad, and the acceleration, which is the R2 button. All the time, bear in mind the sensitivity of the dead zone must be lowered. In this way, you got the normal play using the normal function and normal performance on the in game. So rest of the settings, myself, as you notice, I don't even and also I have the look and Z, which is the right controller, which is look right and left from inside of the truck. In case I need to look right and left, instead to use the mouse, I use these options. And that's it, basically my settings on the game controller. Now, if you're using a steering wheel, you got options where you got keyboard, mouse steering, including pedals. You got keyboard control Xbox for Xbox 360 for Windows. You got this one, the one I use it, and in this case, you just leave it as the default, but here on the control subtype, you just use wheel. And in this case, you got more other options, which is joystick, and then, so let me see if I, not to give you the wrong wireless controller, wireless controller, and mouse controller. So in this case, including pedals, I think is this one. I'm not 100% sure, and I don't mean to inform you, but you can play with the settings. The most important thing, you can adjust it, your settings the way you want it, and all the time you can come back and just reset to default if it's something that is not working the way you want it. So keep in mind all the settings, the way you set up your game the controls in game is same for ETS as it is for ATS. That's for now for controls. I will come more with few more tutorials, with more tutorials how to use Taskbook and to make your jobs as a real jobs, not race, and how to set up the engine if it's the case with the gearbox and together with the settings from the gameplay, and what settings you must have it in a Taskbook, how to use it. Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to hit the button like and subscribe to see more videos from this channel. Thank you and goodbye.